Before this video starts, I'd really appreciate it if you could go and check out my last video. It's probably the most important video I will ever upload on my channel, and it means a lot to me. So if you do get the chance, if you've got some spare time, then I would really appreciate if you do that for me. Thank you very much.
¡La victoria! ¡Ay, Victor!
World class!
Ooh, I know when.
This week, there has been football, and I am going to tell you about it. Welcome one and all to FTW, the series where I bring to you the best and more frequently the worst of what football has to offer over the course of the last 7 days, online and on social media. I'd like to thank one of my viewers for that brilliant rendition of my usual intro. You can check out his link down below, and as well as that, you can check out a link to my most recent video. If you're expecting me to talk about racism in this one, I made a special video literally yesterday giving my thoughts and opinions on that one, so feel free to check it out. I would really appreciate that, actually. Though I will say the respect from Jadon Sancho, Ashraf Hakimi, Marcus Thuram and Weston McKennie, as well as Liverpool, Chelsea and Borussia Dortmund as a whole, were very, very touching. West Brom did a very good job as well, but in the comments, pathetic. Cancel my season ticket. Cheers. You won't be missed. It's quite fitting, actually, that this guy has a tribute to the 80s in his name, as in the 1780s. Back to the football, though, now, and I mentioned Jadon Sancho. He and Borussia Dortmund piped Paderborn 6-1. I'd show highlights, but it genuinely isn't suitable for this website, at least. It's also because the Bundesliga would jail me for approximately 11 to 14 years without parole for copyright infringements. I'll be in solitary confinement, and I'll say, nah, actually, I wouldn't say anything if I was in solitary confinement because there's nobody there. I'd be in one of the normal prison cells having a conversation with an inmate. Oh, yo, Mad, what are you in for? Yeah, so basically, I was making a football video and I used Bundesliga footage in it, and now I'm here. Jesus Christ, you animal! A jail warden would hear me in the distance and he'd jail me again from jail. Anyway, listen, it was an absolute fisting for Paderborn, who are now likely to go down. Erling Haaland didn't play in the game. He wasn't involved in the matchday squad whatsoever, and I can confirm that was because he was having his hard drive mended at PC World. The referee booked Jadon Sancho for taking off his shirt and revealing a message of support for the killing of George Floyd. I'd love to see what the ref put in his notebook as far as the details are concerned for that yellow card. Does my man book himself when he takes off his shirt to get in the shower? He's going to the swimming baths and seeing everyone with their tops off and just red carding everybody. I know it's a rule, technically, and it's a law in the game, but please use some common sense. At least FIFA have seen that generally. Dortmund supported Jadon's actions. Meanwhile, in the comments section, we had the usual, oh, but these guys are footballers, so they can't have opinions on anything that isn't football. What the fuck? You know what, random man with 2.5 GCSEs in the comments section? You're right. Jadon Sancho is not qualified to talk about racism. I'm putting it to VAR. Yep, he's got us there. Yep, you're fully correct, big man. We had some brilliant collective shithousery in the Bundesliga this week. A Tottenham fan getting a bit aggy with Bayer Leverkusen's admin over a heavy defeat before the Leverkusen admin himself reminded him about Spurs' last visit from the German champions Bayern Munich. Teamwork makes the dream work, and in this case, both Bayern Munich and Leverkusen will be getting a shithousery award each. Speaking of Munich, they won their game against Fortuna Dusseldorf 5-0, and I'll be brutally honest with you, the league is pretty much done at this stage. And another league that is officially done is the Austrian Bundesliga, and this comes after LASK Linz were docked 6 points for breaching lockdown rules, which I find mental. Imagine if that happened in England. Serge Aurier would have sent Tottenham down to League One by now. It also resulted in a social distance trophy celebration from Red Bull Salzburg, which we can see here. Now, you might say there were no fans in the stadium, but I can quite clearly see a worm there down in the grass that's having the greatest time of his life. It doesn't give me much hope for Liverpool's trophy celebrations, I'll be brutally honest with you. And if there was a phone notification to sum up what those are going to look like, it would probably be this. And back in the UK, it has been announced that the Championship is going to be returning on June the 20th. Unfortunately for that West Brom fan earlier, that means he won't be able to see his team getting promoted that he's supported his whole life, which is, it's a shame. My heart bleeds for him. again. He'll just have to go back to trying to work out how he's going to source his cotton from now on or something, I don't know. But it does mean that we can watch Leeds somehow bottle promotion once again and lose in the playoff semi-finals. So there's that. Liverpool have been in the news quite a few times this week. Firstly, for clapping Steven Gerrard at training, which is a lovely gesture, but you could have just sent a card. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't play for us anymore. He's not actually at the training ground. Just get him on FaceTime. Honestly, that would do the trick. Trust me. When offered a tour of Real Madrid, Liverpool youngster Harvey Elliott turned down the opportunity to meet Sergio Ramos because of what he did to Mohamed Salah in the Champions League final of 2018. Imagine Harvey's outrage if he finds out his girlfriend follows Sergio Ramos on Insta like he did with the other Liverpool players last time. There's also been an 11-a-side test match at Anfield between the players, and within it, Roberto Firmino still can't score at home, even when he's playing his own team. Now, I think this was all very unfair, personally, because only one of the teams can have Sadio Mane, and he can utilize his catastrophic hairline, his abominable lack of hair follicles, to blind the opposition, and I don't agree with that personally. And speaking of which, it seems like a good time to move on to the next segment. But now, it's that time in the show again. It's time for Trim Watch. It would appear as though the wild Aubameyang has been able to hunt for a new hairline this week. Meanwhile, a rarely seen Dani Ceballos now has more hairstyles than goals and assists this season, being 2. And finally, Kyle Walker has managed to grow hair. A complete transformation from the bold-crested version. Nah, listen, wait, rewind, hang on. How has this happened? Last time I checked, Kyle Walker's hairline was back in 1974. There's a leak for Arsenal's new away/alternate kit next season. It genuinely looks like the creator made it whilst being surgically operated on. Elsewhere, Manchester City's shorts to match their already cataclysmic home shirt have been released. Did they get these out of the lost and found bin in the PE department? What's going on? Italian centre-half Leonardo Bonucci came out in support for the hashtag Blackout Tuesday campaign. Right, I'm doing the calculations here, and something isn't quite adding up. Now, I understand that he would have been attacked regardless, okay? It's hypocritical to get involved. It would have been outrageous to not get involved. But actions speak louder than words, Leonardo. So next time your teammate's getting racially abused, don't side with the abuser, and then I might forgive you. Over in Spain, Saul Niguez caused a storm by suggesting he was going to be joining a new team on Twitter. He used red emojis, removed Atletico from his bio, and followed numerous former Manchester United players, given that he was linked to the club in the media. Hastily made Welcome to Manchester United compilations uploaded in 360p were generating all the hype, but it turns out he was doing it as a publicity stunt because he wanted to create a new academy club, and I rate it from him.
You naughty, naughty. You teasing me, you naughty, naughty.
To be honest, it's a shithousery award for Saul. Though to be fair, I bet he's gutted. You know, he's missed out on the opportunity to play alongside Phil Jones now. Get Italian Football News tweeted that there's a new algorithm that could be used to determine the Serie A standings if the season is stopped once more. That algorithm is PT open brackets X close brackets plus open square brackets open smaller brackets MPC times by T. Fam, what is this? What's even going on in this tweet? There's genuinely 16 brackets in that final part. What? Why have I got to complete a mathematics PhD just to work out that Juventus are going to win the league again? But do you want an escape from how terrible life is right now? Well, why don't we take a look back down memory lane with FTW Rewind, taking a look at what was happening this week many, many years ago. All the way back in 1970, we had that Gordon Banks save.
What a save!
In 2013, Neymar signed for Barcelona, and I mean, some interesting things have happened since then. Right, good. Mention Neymar, that's the title sorted. Barcelona tweeted after a Champions League final win against Manchester United, saying that the opposition have gone up to claim their losers medal. It's a retrospective shithousery award, and former American wonder kid Freddie Adu was born. He was a football manager hero, but unfortunately it was potential ability 5 stars, current ability working in Sainsbury's. Over in Brazil, Douglas Costa seems pretty bored. We've got a match being played out here on Lego for some reason. I mean, why would you put yourself through? I don't understand why. Italian side Udinese expressed interest in Newcastle midfielder Matty Longstaff. Alright, listen, yeah, who wrote this script? I told you the flower on the table, it's not flour. I told you not to use that. And over at Cheltenham, they've decided that they're going to be using the Mönchengladbach technique and getting cardboard cutouts used around the stadium. We love to see it, and if they're still open to adding people to it, I'll leave the link down in the description so you can get involved too. Now that it's time for still 0-0, and you guys know the score by now, this is a segment of the show where I bring to you the best of Sunday League or amateur football, and whether this clip is from this week, I don't know, but honestly, it's an absolute classic. Now all seems well, we've just got a simple... He didn't even really give me a chance to properly introduce the clip, and it's already gone downhill. It's just perfect. The level of despair immediately from the goalkeeper knowing what he's done. The mound on the pitch that's half the size of Mount Everest that's caused this in the first place. The fact the striker still tries to claim the goal at the end. Over in Costa Rica, goalkeeper Mino Alvarez scored an 85th minute free kick equaliser in a playoff game. Staying with that country's theme, Costa Rican footballer Jonathan McDonald decided to change his shirt name from McDonald to Burger King. Apparently it was a marketing stunt from the fast food chain, but if this man hasn't actively changed his name to Jonathan Burger King, then I will be writing a strongly worded email. And finally, on a more personal level, having talked about Dagenham and Redbridge for the last 3 months and done streams with them on Football Manager, they followed me back on Twitter. Lads, we're officially going to be going to Dagenham games when the world actually opens up again. But that is it. That is going to wrap up football this week, and I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then feel free to slap a like on the video and subscribe if you're new to the channel. You can also follow me on social media. It is at @theofficialfng on Twitter and on Insta. But it's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy yourselves. And viewer from the start, feel free to take it away.
Is it you? Is it me? I wouldn't get too comfortable. Trying to get too comfortable. Is it you? Is it me? I wouldn't get too comfortable. Trying to get too comfortable. Is it